Welcome everyone to the Howl. I'm Ryan Antonucci, and in this episode I sat down with Coach Mikayla Olsen, Emily Lifka, and Catherine Hany to discuss the current girls cross country season. In this episode we focused on adversity the teams faced and goals for the squad. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you enjoy. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Howl. My name is Ryan Antonucci, and producing today's show is Roman Debicki. And we are very excited to have Catherine Hany, Emily Lifka, and Coach Mikayla Olsen here in the Dispatch Podcast studio, powered by Jets Pizza. So, all right, everybody, if we can just say our names and year, and for you, Coach, how long you've been doing this?
Do you want me to go?
Yes.
I'm Coach Olsen. This is my second year at Hersey and second year coaching.
All right.
I'm Catherine Hany. This is my fourth year on the team.
I'm Emily Lifka, and this is also my fourth year on the team.
All right, so we'll jump into it right away. So how is the season going? What meets have you guys competed in, and what happened in those meets?
Season's about halfway through. We were just at Peoria this past weekend, and we're headed to Palatine. We've had a great season so far. We finished 5th overall at Peoria, and those are with the top-ranked teams in the state. So right now we're looking at 6th in terms of rankings throughout the state. So we should be having a progressive finish here as we head into conference in about a few weeks.
All right, you guys, how do you think the season's been going so far?
It's going pretty good. I was not expecting us to be this good of a team, especially after Anna Harden left. But it's been fun.
Yeah, I mean, so that jumps into one of our next questions. I mean, were there any key senior runner losses last year that really affected the team, especially for you two, and the team chemistry?
Yeah, I mean, there were 4 really big seniors on the team last year: Anna Harden, Mackenzie Ginder, Gabby Mikowski, and Renee Skira that we lost. But I think this year we've had a lot of freshmen step up and a lot of juniors really make big jumps and replacing those seniors.
And who were some of those new additions who filled those roles?
Alexa Eisenstark, Sophia Donner were the freshmen, and then Margareta Grabsky has really stepped up and been our number 1.
All right. So other than that, I mean, what is some adversity that, the program and you two have faced over the years? And, I mean, what about you specifically as a coach?
Well, coming in as a rookie, it's kind of hard to inherit a really good program. But these girls have been very fluid in terms of their coaching. So they've had about 3 different coaches throughout their career. And you had COVID your freshman year, was it?
Yeah.
So overcoming that adversity and just being flexible with new training and, a new team and just, adapting. They've done a really great job. So I don't have any complaints.
I mean, what about for you, Catherine? What is some adversity that you've faced?
I mean, I struggle with some pretty bad nerves sometimes, but a lot of my teammates are great in helping me work through them, and my coaches, of course, too.
All right, and you, Emily?
Well, last season I had a shin injury, so I really just didn't run last season. So that was kind of a struggle for me this year because I was I don't really know where I'm at, but I don't know. I think I got over that pretty well. And then sometimes I struggle with the actual wanting to run part of the sport, but it's fine. It's getting better.
All right, so I guess, this could be 2 separate parts to this question. What does off-season training involve for the girls cross-country team? For the coach, what do you expect them to be doing? And, what are you guys actually doing?
Well, hopefully they're doing what they're expected. They're supposed to be coming to summer running, right? And that's 12 weeks out before the season. I saw them at least 2 times a week, 3.
Mm-hmm.
And, I sign them training and they show up and they get things done. And these seniors and juniors, like we said earlier, they really have stepped up even though we had really big losses. So hopefully they're doing what they're expected when I don't see them on those days. I've seen their training now.
We're doing it.
And I'm pretty sure that they were.
Yeah, and so what are those off-season training practices that you guys are doing? What do they involve?
It's a lot of base mileage, I think. We did a lot of hills over the summer especially getting ready for our first meet. And then we're just can keep on increasing that mileage.
Yeah, and then like every other practice, like one practice Olsen would be heading it, and then the other practices like the senior leaders would be like it would be called captain's practice, so we'd be like running the mileage and stuff.
All right, so this is mainly a question for you two. How difficult is it to balance your school and athletic life during the cross country season? I mean, I'm an athlete, and it's pretty difficult for me to balance my school and athletic life, especially during when I'm in season. So, what about for you two?
I mean, I think the important thing is like when I'm at practice, I'm at practice. I'm not focusing on school. And when I get home, like gotta get the homework started right away to make sure I can get to bed early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is pretty difficult, but yeah, like you said, practice, I just like used to get my mind off of school and all the work, and then I just get home, and it's like nice that I had running before, so I had a break in between doing school and homework.
And I mean, I guess for you, Coach, is it being a teacher, like you got to grade papers and stuff. You also have to is it also difficult for you? How do you manage that?
Well, running, like they said, is just a great way to turn off your mind and preoccupy yourself with something besides school. So grading 160 math papers isn't fun, but if I can clear my mind for an hour or two or whatever the long run is or a workout, it's nice break. So just being present and being mindful in the moment.
All right. So as a coach, what do you look for in a varsity cross country runner?
Discipline for sure, and just kind of being a good leader. And I think they know what I define a leader as, and is doing the right thing when no one's watching. So running is a sport where you can't, necessarily jump some corners. I'm going to try to use good vocabulary. You can't do anything that you should not be doing. So if you say I'm going to do an easy run and then you don't actually do it, it's going to show on the course. So making sure that those girls hold themselves to a high standard and then putting those others around them and elevating them. So that's what I look for.
All right. Okay, so now looking ahead, looking at your schedule for the season, what are some difficult meets on the schedule, and what will you have to do to prepare for them?
Coming up this Saturday is a big meet. It's the Palatine Invite, so a ton of the top teams will be there. But we'll just do what we usually do and have like a workout 2 days before and then an easy run, probably ice bath.
Yeah. Always good recovery.
And write our goal sheets. We always write a goal sheet before the meets.
What's a goal sheet? What?
So we write down who we are, what we want to do, and then how we're going to do it. So I'll write a time goal normally, and then I'll write how I want my race to play out.
And do you guys do these goal sheets before every meet?
Yeah.
And
Draw a picture on it too.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta
Coach,
visualize.
did you implement these goal sheets?
Yeah, I think running, it's something you got to put your mind to first. You have to convince yourself. If you're just telling yourself, maybe I'll do it, I'll see. If you actually start writing out a goal, it's more legit.
All right, yeah. I mean, goal sheet. That's something. That's a good idea. Goal sheets. Yeah. So, where would you like to be as a team by the end of the year to call it a successful season? I don't know. It's a difficult question, especially because cross country. There's so many teams, right? I mean, a lot of runners. So.
Cross country is easy, also because it's time, right? So it's not something you can just have like basketball where it's like a certain skill. Like there is a legit ranking in terms of time and points, but I know we're in the MSL, and that's one of the hardest conferences this year for cross country. We've got Barrington and Prospect, who are like 3rd and 4th in the state, and we're right behind them. So I personally, yes, I do care about where our varsity ranks, but I care about that depth. So I care about what our fresh soph is doing. I care about what our JV is. And last year we finished 2nd for fresh soph and JV, and then 3rd for varsity. So I'd like to see those again. I want to see as many girls as I can medal in conference, and obviously regionals will be good. we should probably be up there as well as sectionals, and then down there for state as well.
And for you, Catherine and Emily, what's a successful season in your minds?
I mean, I've already PR'd this season, so that's obviously exciting. I'm having a great season so far, but I would like to be competing at the postseason meets. I think is my goal to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same. Like, I want to qualify for state and run there, but I also already PR'd, but I want to keep PRing. But I don't know.
All right. Okay, so now we're going to get into some questions just about personal. I mean, they're not personal questions. They're kind of like fun questions. Don't worry. So, all right. What is everyone's favorite memory on the team? It could be across any year that you've been a part of the team. Doesn't need to be this year. We'll start with you, Coach.
Probably state last year. It's downpouring, and it was not a great day to run. But a lot of the girls had fun with it, and just seeing them finish and give it all they have, I can't ask for anything more than that.
Yeah, running in the rain sounds kind of miserable. I can't. All right. What about you, Catherine?
I think I have to say team breakfast this year. So the seniors made breakfast for the entire team after practice on a Saturday, which was so fun. It was pretty good, I gotta say.
It was pretty good. My favorite's gotta be, we did this one long run to my house, and this was pre-Coach Olsen, but we did a long run to my house, and I have like a little pond in the backyard, and the whole team jumped in, and then like we saved a dog that ran away. Like, it like took really long though, so we got back, and our coach, shout out Fonz, but she was pretty mad when we got back. But it was a great run. No regrets.
Yeah, that's something. Okay. All right. What is an athlete that has inspired all of you? We'll start with you, Coach.
Probably Sydney McLaughlin. She's one of the most elevated runners I've ever seen. Obviously, I haven't seen her in person, but just watching her at the Olympic trials, like, she's someone who says, like, I want to get better a little bit every single day, and how can I do that? So just watching her race and just her talking at any interviews, it's insane. She's a different person, for sure.
Probably Faith Kipyegon. She's constantly pushing the boundaries of the sport, constantly setting new world records, and that's just impressive to see how she pushes herself when there's nobody next to her.
All right. You, Emily?
Well, I don't really follow, like, cross-country, like, professional, but Sydney McLaughlin, I've watched a lot of her races, which is, like, those are pretty inspiring, but I guess, honestly, my teammates probably just inspire me the most because I just see all the work they put in and how it shows up on the course, and I don't know, just all their hard work paying off.
All right. I have a question here. What's the difference, like it could be training or anything, between track and cross country? Like, is there a big difference there? I know a lot of cross country runners also run track. So
yeah, these two will tell you all about it. These two, I think, hands down, prefer track over cross country, which I don't know why.
Well, honestly, this year I'm preferring cross country.
Okay,
No
that's
way.
good.
I'm liking it a lot.
Cross country, they do a lot longer stuff, and maybe it's a little slower, but they try to increase their anaerobic. So that means that they try to run longer, but maybe at a slower pace, but still pretty fast. Whereas track, your aerobic should be there, so you should be running as fast as you can for a short distance. Now, I know these two prefer track when I got them, but that's good, Lifka, that you're I'm swaying your decision, but Haney, I got to work on too.
I don't know. I think I'm always going to prefer track.
why do you prefer track, Catherine?
I like running fast. We're both mid-distance runners during the track season, so 400, 800. And then I love doing the relays with my team. That's always something I look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like for cross country, the meet is so much shorter. Like track, it's a whole day thing because it's so many different events, and there's only one race for cross country, which I like. You just run and then you're done. But track, you got to do like 2 to 3, maybe even 4 events, and that can be a lot to handle. But
All right, we'll get back to the more fun questions. What is a pre-meet pump-up song, if you have one? If you don't have one, then we'll scrap that question.
I mean, I have a whole playlist that I listen to. Like, I put my AirPods in on the bus before a meet. One of them, I listen to Don't Blame Me, Taylor Swift. A lot of
Good one.
Reputation.
Solid.
You?
I feel like a good one for our whole team is Country Girl. Just gets everyone hyped up.
Are you guys listening to these on the bus? Like
Yeah.
before?
Yep.
All right, this is an individual question. Favorite food? We'll start with you, Coach.
I've got a lot of favorite foods, but unfortunately, it is ice cream as a favorite.
Unfortunately.
Can only limit yourself so much, right? And save it for the end.
What about you, Catherine?
Pasta, specifically probably pad see ew. I love Thai food.
Classic.
Emily?
This is hard. I gotta go hot fudge sundae.
All right. Favorite movie?
The Dark Knight
The Dark Knight.
Whoa.
Wow.
with Christian Bale.
Like that.
Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde. That's another good one.
I don't know. Right now I'm thinking 10 Things I Hate About You. It's a good one.
I have never seen that one before.
I highly recommend.
Okay, I guess I'll need to see it. All right. We'll go with the final question here. If you were given $1 million, what would you do with it and why? Take a moment to think about it. All right, Coach. We'll start with you.
I'd probably just save it and not do anything with it right now.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm too young to be spending too much.
Down the road, what would you do with it?
I'd probably buy a nice house.
Okay.
That's fair.
All right, what about you, Catherine?
I'd travel, see everywhere I could.
All right.
Ooh.
Emily?
I'd help pay off my parents' mortgage on the house. Then I'd buy a yacht, probably travel the world on my yacht. I don't know, maybe buy a couple dogs, maybe donate some of it.
All right.
That's a lot of money.
That sounds like a plan. Well, that's it for today's show. Thanks to Coach Mikayla Olsen, Emily Lifka, and Catherine Hany, and thanks to our viewers for tuning in. Also, a thanks to our sponsor, Jets Pizza, right over there on Rand Road. That'll do it for today's episode. I'm Ryan Antonucci, and on behalf of Roman Debicki, thanks again, and see you on the next episode.